In this next section, we're going to talk about parallel, perpendicular, and skew lines using the diagram over here to the right. It says name a plane parallel to plane DEFGH. Now DEFGH is the front pentagon of the prism. If I look at the other pentagon that's parallel to it, it's JKLMN. So that's going to be plane JKLMN. Name two segments parallel to GL. Well, here's GL right here. And parallel means that they're going the same direction, will never cross. So we have FK, EJ, DN, HM. So we have FK, EJ, DN, or HM. It says name a segment parallel to MN. MN is this segment over here, and there's only one that's actually going the same direction as that. That's going to be over here, DH. Name a segment skew to EJ. So here's EJ. Now what EJ, or skew, means is that it's not parallel and it will never intersect, which means it rules out all these other ones we named parallel to GL. It also rules out JN and JK. It also rules out ED and EF. So we have a few choices here. DH will never cross. HG will never cross. GF will never cross. And on the back side over there, we have MN will never cross. ML or LK. Those are all skew. Again, that means that they're not parallel and they'll never intersect. Alright, so it says use the diagram to classify each pair of angles. 1 and 8, those are called alternate exterior angles. 6 and 7, those are going to be, it seems there's two different names for it, same side interior or consecutive interior angles. 2 and 4, those are called corresponding angles. And 3 and 6, those are called alternate interior angles. Okay, let's take a look at the next diagram over here. It's giving us some information here. It's giving us this angle's 87, this angle's 52, and they want us to solve for the rest of them. Well, if this is, I'm going to start down here. If this angle's 87, 11 is vertical, it must also be 87. Let's start there. Now I know that this angle and angle 12 are supplementary, so I'm going to go 180 minus 87, and that's going to give me the other angle. It's going to be 93 right here. If angle 12 is 93 degrees, that must mean that angle 10 is 93 degrees. Let's work our way back up to the top here. If this is 52, angle 4 is also going to be 52. They're vertical. If this angle right here is 93, this angle right here, those are alternate exterior. This is also going to be 93. Angle 1's 93. And also, since this is, these are vertical, or you can say these are corresponding, angle 5 is also 93. Now what I need to figure out is what angle 3 and 2 are. I can also work inside here, which is a triangle. We'll get there in a minute. But what I do know is that these three angles right here, the 93, this angle, and 52 make 180. So I'm going to figure out what this angle is right here, angle 2. So first I want to figure out what 93 plus 52 is. That's going to be 142. Now I know that all three of them make 180, so I'm going to take away 180, take away 142, and that's going to get me, I'm sorry, that's 145. Let's rewind that a little bit there. 180 take away 145, and that's going to be 35. So if, oh wait a minute, I did this wrong. Excuse me, let's back up here. This angle right here, 52, is vertical with angle 3, which is 52. My mistake here. So 3 is going to be 52, and 4 is actually vertical with this 35 right here. My mistake on that one. Sorry about that. So these two are vertical, and these two are vertical, and these two are vertical. Now let's take a peek at this. I'm going to redraw this triangle over here. I have 35 here, and I have 93 here, and this is angle number 9. So what I'm going to do is add together 93 plus 35. Triangle angle sum theorem says when I add those together and subtract it from 180, I'm going to get my missing angle. That's 128. So the way I get angle 9 is 180, take away 128. It's going to be 52, so angle 9 is 52. If I know that's 52, I also know angle 7 is 52 by vertical angles. And the way I'm going to figure out angle 8 and 6, those are verticals, they're going to be the same. If I know this is 52, I do know these two angles make, these two angles right here make 180. 180, take away 52. It's 128, 6 is 128. And again, 6 and 8 are vertical angles, which makes it 128. So here we have our answers here. Oh, we missed number 2. I think number 2 is back up here. Is that the 35? I believe it was. All right. Next question. They're looking for us to solve for this x right here. What I do know is these are alternate exterior angles, and they are congruent. So I set them equal to each other. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 7x from both sides. I have negative 10 here, be careful, equals 2x minus 44. What I'm going to do is add 44 to both sides. I have 34 equals 2x divided by 2. X equals 17. And again, we've solved for x. We've done our job. Next question. Again, they want us to solve for x. What I do know here is that they are consecutive interior angles, which means, that they add to 180 degrees. So I'm going to set this one up a little bit differently. I'm going to say 8x plus 1 plus 21x plus 5 equals 180. I need to combine my like terms. 8x plus 21x, that's going to be 29x, 1 plus 5 plus 6 equals 180. Take away 6. 29x equals 174. And then I'm going to divide. That's going to get me 6. And again, it said solve for x. I'm all set with my answer there. Now what we're going to do is look at our diagram here to see, it says if angle 1 is 84, what must angle 5 be in order for A to be parallel to B? Well, let's look at the relationship between 1 and 5. 1 and 5 those are corresponding angles. And we know that corresponding angles are congruent, which means that if that angle is 84, that one must also be 84 degrees. Let's look at the next one. If angle 2 is 109, what must angle 9 be in order for A to be parallel to C? So angle 2 is 109. What must 9 be? This one's tricky. They're consecutive interior. If you ignore this middle line right here, they're consecutive interior, which means they add up to 180. Okay? Which means I have to go 180, take away 109, to get my answer there. It's going to get 71 degrees. If angle 5 is 68, what must 11 be in order for B to be parallel to C? So let's look at the relationship there between 5 and 11. 5 and 11, ignoring this section right here, 5 and 11 are alternate exterior. And we know those are congruent. So if that angle is 68, that means the other angle is 68 degrees. Now we're going to work a little bit backwards. They're saying if angle 3 is congruent to angle 9, what rule proves that? So angle 3 and angle 9, let's look. Here's angle 3, here's angle 9. Those are the inside of the parallel lines right here. So those are alternate interior angles. If it says if angle 8 is congruent to angle 12, what converse proves this? Let's look at the relationship between 8 and 12, see what they must be. Here's 8 and here's 12. Looks like those are corresponding to me. Now this one says if angle 2 plus angle 5 equals 180, what converse proves the aim is parallel to B? So let's look at the relationship between 2 and 5 over here. 2 and 5, ignoring this part right here, those are consecutive interior angles. And we know that those are supplementary. So if they add to 180, that proves that they are parallel.